Oh, Noggin Originals. The time of life where they can either be slightly uncanny or very nostalgic. So tonight, we're going to be going through the scariest and the best Noggin Original bumpers from 2002 and onward. And if you like these, that's fine. If you don't, that's also fine. Whether because of music or overall vibe, some of these can catch you off guard at a designated time. That includes some that you definitely know aren't frightening, but are still kind of weird to watch. Many of these played before and after certain shows, and they had their own designated time slot for such. So I think we'll just kind of take these with a grain of salt, because whether their frightening factor is low or higher depends on your individual definition. Man, I don't know why, but I am feeling kind of excited to start editing my own videos now. I got inspiration from my puppeteer, and things are going to get less shitty over time. Here we go. The second scariest Noggin Original bumper to us is Made for Noggin by Nick Jr. 2000s version.
This show is Made for Noggin by Nick Jr.
An entry with a mixed psychological result. Gotta love it. It doesn't really help that much for us that the bumper consists of a very voidy purple background with the music and the announcer that is very anonymous. In our opinion, the fact that you may not know who is responsible for the voiceovers can kind of make things a little more unsettling when nature is involved. I'll tell you, Ubi, I remember most when I actually replayed this over and over again at nighttime. I think it might have also been in morning when I was like playing my game at like 6 a.m. or something. But I'll tell you, I was replaying it and I got tingly just playing it a certain amount of times because it was literally at the late night and I was going to go to bed soon and, Plus, this is actually our outlier because there exists a 1999 and 2002 version which drastically lowers the frightening factor for us. When you watch that version, you'll get an entirely unique announcer and musical vibe, and you even get a cute little quack from the ducks. Aww. Way to make things slightly less unnerving for all people to enjoy.
That's not to say that the other one can't be calm too.
Yeah, Jake, I think you're actually right because, you don't really have a fixed outcome when you watch this certain bumper. You could choose whichever one. I think whenever I'm distracted by something, Ubi, I'll literally just be playing my game and I'll have them in the background. I'm like, wait a minute, what's that music? And my body just reacts in that fight or flight response. It's very weird. For our second best Noggin Original bumper, we have Spiffy Pictures Noggin Original, played after Jack's Big Music Show. Now, fun fact, Ubi, did you know that this used to be in my hypothetical scariest category? Wait, really? It did? Yeah, it did. It actually was originally, but I kind of got over it, and it's actually one of the most iconic and honestly pretty nostalgic for other people, and I watched these mainly on YouTube as someone who never grew up with them. It's honestly amazing when you end a show with such artistic value here. Yeah, I gotta admit, you're not wrong in that aspect, but I could see how it would be frightening though. And I actually fell for those, I will be the first to admit. Like the weird music and choice of decision making here that they decided to go with at the end of a puppet show, which almost makes it a little more uncanny to me. It doesn't really make me look at my stairwell that much anymore, and if I do, it's very mild, so I'll give this one a pass. And now, before we get to our number one scariest Noggin Original bumper, just know that, to Jacob anyway, this one actually caught him really off guard more than you would think it would. It was very weird with the way it's moving and the way the overall contentment and the vibe is actually lacking. So, take that with consideration if you go to watch these at night like he did. And the number one scariest Noggin Original bumper is the freaking Noggin Original Horn Ident, played after Play With Me Sesame. Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from, Jake. This one is very uncanny in its naturality. It's not even natural. It's like, what the heck is this? I wish we could go back to the one in 1999 to 2000 because that one was less frightening than whatever this excuse of an ad for a puppet show is supposed to be. It's the way that the horn moves and the uncanniness of the original bopping up and down with it, and the funky music that attempts to be so nurturing after a show to promote this whatever excuse of a media used to give me chills, especially even in later hours. Like, That's the whole purpose of what we're rating these on. The hyperbolic movements and everyday objects being manipulated like this. Ugh. You know, Ubi, when they swapped it from the light bulb a few years earlier, they kind of made this very hyperbolic and unintentional, anxiety-inducing. I could literally see a child getting frightened by this. Ubi, you forgot to edit this one in as a #1 best. Okay, dude, I'm still learning how to do this. Cut me some slack, man. Finally, our #1 pick for the best Noggin original bumper is going to be Mentally Created Tree. Oh yeah, we getting into some awesome territory here. Now notice the trademark on the bottom. Only Ubi had that on display at this bumper, to my knowledge. And it played after other shows like the reruns of Tweenies, Miffy, Connie the Cow, and yet no other trademark logos are implemented. You literally almost forgot to put this in the video, Ubi. Listen, I apologize, okay? This is my first time editing with your support. And honestly, using your app is very awesome. It's way more interesting to us than even remotely mildly frustrating and frightening because it has different types. One of them only has the trademark logo, which I don't know if that's a benefit or a disadvantage. There never was a used to be. There never was an unsettling. There never was a former label. It was always such a nice little tune. The way the team managed to create the birds in this mentally created tree ident is beautiful. And the background, it almost makes me thirsty for water. That's weird. No, it's honest. This absolutely, undoubtedly remains one of my personal favorites as someone who really watches Noggin only on YouTube. Good vibes all around, nothing remotely uncanny about this, not even like 10%. It's fine. I definitely get this one 100%. Yeah, I do too. But that's pretty much our list. Honestly, just taking into consideration that this is, first of all, our opinion, mostly his. Yeah, it's mine. And also how frightening they would be at night. That's been Itsubi with his very first edited video. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace. He did the wrong sign.